So, for those of you who are new to my channel, whenever I get something in for review, I always ask my friends to give me a hand. And the reason is because I want a second opinion. Now, recently I received these speakers from Sound Artist, the SC8B. Now, they're horn loaded, so I was asking myself, who should I ask to give me a hand? The problem is, Mr. Kanta, he likes speakers that are detailed, sharp, refined, bright. So I'm like, I don't think he's the right person to ask. Then you have Mr. Vintage. He's more into neutral sounding speakers, so yeah, not him either. So I reached out to Russ because he owns speakers like Zoo, like Omega, and Klipsch. So I figured, yeah, he's the right person to give me a hand. So I dropped off the speakers to him, and a few months later, he made a video for me. I'm like, wow. I took a look at the video, and it's pretty good. So as such, you know what? I'm just going to share his video, and hopefully, going forward, he's going to help me make some videos too. You know what? Maybe I should change the channel to Thomas and Stereo Friends. Alright, eventually I will make a video on these speakers too. So for today, let's take a look at Russ' video.
Hi everyone, my name's Russ, and I'm happy to be here on Thomas's channel yet again. You may have seen me in a couple of other videos with Thomas, and I'm happy to be back. He asked me if I would do a quick review of the Sound Artist SC8Bs, which he very kindly dropped off at my apartment a few months ago, and I've been enjoying them for quite a few weeks now. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what I think, how I feel. The overall impression that I have of these speakers is overwhelmingly positive. I'm a fan of efficient speakers and also horn-loaded designs. I have some Klipsch Heresy 3s, which are horn-loaded speakers. I can't really compare these to those. They're in a totally different ballpark. But nonetheless, I do like horn-loaded designs, and I also like efficient loudspeakers. I have a pair of Zoo Audio Dirty Weekends, and I have some Omega RS8s as well. So these fit in quite nicely into the that category of speakers. I was pleasantly surprised with this coaxial design. I was a little hesitant actually when Thomas first asked me if I would review them, because I saw that metal horn loaded tweeter and I was like, oh, these are going to be bright. But I was pleasantly surprised. The tonality of these speakers is very neutral, just slightly on the touch of forward. You do have some high-end sparkle as you would anticipate with a tweeter of that design, but it's not overwhelming. And I found over time that I really enjoy the way that these speakers are voiced. The bass is it's meaty, it's full. There's a rich, palpable feeling to the bass. You can almost feel it in your chest, but it's not boosted, and so it's not overwhelming. And that pairs very nicely with this horn-loaded tweeter. The mid-range is set just a little bit back from the tweeter and also from the bass, but it's not lacking. So it supports very well that slightly forward presentation coming from the tweeter. So if that's the type of sound that you like, I think you'll be very happy going in this direction. I played a wide variety of music with these, from rock to country, bluegrass, singer-songwriter, jazz, quite a wide variety of music. And I found that overall, all of that music sounded quite good. But I would say that these speakers, they do really excel at a few genres. And I would say those are really jazz, singer-songwriter, sparse instrumentation, so piano or maybe a string quartet or something like that, where you can really pick out those instruments and each instrument can really shine. These speakers do an amazing job. I would say for more complex tracks, something with a lot of dynamics, or something with a lot of information really coming at the speakers all at once, something like really compressed techno tracks, or symphony music or something like that, that really does push these speakers to their limits. It wasn't bad, but it's not their strong suit. I really, like I said, I love jazz, listening to jazz on these speakers. I also enjoyed solo guitar, solo piano was very, very nice. But don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed everything about these speakers. Um, I had a lot of critical listening sessions, and then I also played them just daily here in the house as background music, and um, they really surprised me from time to time. You know, just in the background, and I was noticed myself really, you know, tapping my foot and getting into the music, even though I wasn't having a really active listening session. So I found that very, very pleasing that I was engaged by these speakers, and they were really drawing me in. So I really did enjoy listening to them. Unfortunately, here in my dining room, they're pretty close to this back wall, so I don't have a lot of room to play with placement. Um, but even at such a close distance to the wall, they're quite happy and they're not too boomy. I did have a chance to put them into my other listening room and pair them up with my single-ended tube amplifier. And I will say, when they were with the single-ended amp, they did lack a little bass definition. The Lieben that I have here is an AB design, so it has a little more power in the bass range. So they definitely pair better with that AB tube design than with my single-ended design. When I put them into my listening room, however, I do have the ability to pull them out further from the wall, and they definitely do improve as we would imagine. But they're quite happy, you know, here in the dining room. I don't find them, you know, colored too terribly much to one extent or the other, and I think that's a very you know, a very common problem is that a lot of people don't have dedicated audio rooms, and they end up putting their speakers in just your average room, such as this. So that being said, in your average room, I was very pleased with the result. Um, the one area for me that really could use some improvement is the fit and finish. This design, it's just not quite for me. The look, it doesn't suit my taste. I don't hate it, but it's not my preference either. The wood veneer is quite nice. I really like the wood grain. However, I don't really care for these lines that have been you know, routed into the cabinet. It's a personal preference, but that's just the way I feel. I do love the look of the woofer and the tweeter. I think that's really, really cool. But I would like it more if the cabinet was a little more refined and just let the woofer, you know, really be the statement piece. A few other things like the sticker here on the front, I would appreciate, you know, something a little more high quality, or even nothing at all, to again let the woofer really stand out and be the statement. Um, the bevel design here on the top, it's okay. I mean, it's nothing drastic, but again, these routed lines extend onto the top of the cabinet, and it's just not my personal preference. The other thing that I would say about fit and finish is some of the grommets here that hold in this grill. They are not they're not well installed into the cabinet. So you actually, sometimes when you remove the grill, the grommets actually come out of the cabinet. So little attention to detail like that leaves me wanting a little bit more. Those could have been glued in, and I think a little bit more attention could have been paid to the finishing touches. The same is true on the back of the speaker. The port is not actually glued or screwed into the cabinet in any way. And so it easily slips out, which I would appreciate, you know, having that securely fastened to the cabinet. The cabinets themselves are made out of MDF, which is pretty standard in the industry. I wouldn't expect anything different. So that was my big qualm about these speakers, is really just the look and the fit and the finish. It's not exactly my style, but from sound quality, I was extremely happy. I would certainly recommend listening to these. Um, I don't think if you're into horns and into you know, coaxial designs, I don't think you'll be disappointed. However, I will say that for the price that I found on the internet, so These are available direct from China, and I think their website says like $499 plus shipping, and it's about $875 at the end of the day. So at that price range, um, given the looks, if you're not into the looks, I would definitely recommend, to shop around. So if this is really your look, and you like that slightly forward horn-loaded design, that sound signature, go for it. You're going to be happy with the sound. It's just a matter of looks. So if you're thinking about looks from other speakers, there's definitely some other players in the market. Um, in the bookshelf range. So for about the same money, you could have the Klipsch fives, which is not exactly an equal comparison, but still with horn-loaded design, and then you get a lot of other functionality out of that speaker as well, Bluetooth and things like that. So there's definitely stiff competition in the price range. But from purely a sound quality perspective, these little guys rock. I love listening to them. They really stand out, and they really make me tap my toe and put a smile on my face. So that's my initial thoughts for these speakers. I just want to say thanks to Thomas for letting me listen to them for so long and enjoy them here in my apartment for the last month or so. It's been a real pleasure to do so. And I hope to bring you guys some more reviews in the coming future. So thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed my insights, and I'll see you again here on Thomas in Stereo.